What is up, film geeks? My name is Trevor. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you my top 10 favorite directors of all time. Not the top 10 best, my top 10 favorite. 100% we're going to have some hot takes. How this is going to work is I'm going to share my favorite director and my favorite movie by them, talk about them a little bit, move on to the next one, hit the like button, subscribe button. Let's do this. Starting this list off, right at number 10 is going to be Denis Villeneuve, and I have two movies tied at the number one spot because I just can't fully decide. That's going to be Dune and Prisoners. Two vastly different movies, but two masterpieces in my opinion. Denis Villeneuve is a master of what he does, and I would say he's a master of the sci-fi genre. But when you talk about Prisoners, that is one of the best psychological thrillers you can ever put together, and I mean, he crushes it. You would think that all of his movies would be kind of like this, but then you go over to Dune, or Blade Runner 2049, or Arrival, and this guy just has the magic and that eye for sci-fi. I love everything he does. I can't wait for Dune Part 2. Denis Villeneuve, start at number 10. We're starting this list pretty freaking strong. Did I mention we have some hot takes? Because at number 9 is going to be Steven Spielberg. Now look, if you're talking about best directors, he's up there for the best director of all time. But you're talking about favorites, I've seen maybe 1/5 of Steven Spielberg's entire filmography, and I need to change that. That's on me. My favorite movie from Steven Spielberg is actually going to be Jurassic Park. This or Jaws. You gotta put both those up there. He's literally dabbled in every different genre, and he's succeeded at all of them. From sci-fi to horror, Jaws technically is a horror movie, to adventure, to even musicals and West Side Story. He has captured almost every genre, and he's done so beautifully. Steven Spielberg's going down as one of the GOATs of all time. He's still one of my favorites. I just need to see more of his movies for him to go up higher on this list.
Wow.
At number 8 is going to be Jordan Peele. Look, I think he's 3 for 3. I absolutely love Get Out. I think it's one of the best psychological thrillers of all time. Us is a fantastic horror movie, and Nope is a really good movie, and it's the top 10 movie of the year for me. He's 3 for 3. Of his 3 movies, I'm going to go with Get Out as the best. That's honestly probably top 15 favorite movie of all time. One of the best psychological thrillers of all time. Jordan Peele just has the touch, and he always kind of breaks boundaries and makes the movie he wants to make, and that's why I like him so much. Every movie's going to have things that are make you think. You're going to leave the movie kind of going, what did I really just watch? And you're going to laugh and have a good time. All 3 of his movies, that's exactly what they bring you. Even in Us, a terrifying horror movie, you will be laughing your ass off throughout this movie. Jordan Peele, I cannot wait to see what he does next. If he keeps on this train, he can go down as one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. He's 3 for 3 in my eyes. I'm hoping he's going to be 4 for 4 in his next movie. At number 7 is going to be James Wan. In my opinion, this is the master of horror, and he's my favorite horror director of all time. My favorite movie from James Wan is going to be The Conjuring, but you have The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2, you have Insidious, and more recently you have Malignant. James Wan has that horror touch, but then you can go over to the superhero genre in Aquaman, or you can even go into the Fast and Furious universe and make one of the best Fast and Furious movies. James Wan's style is what I like so much, but when you go into the horror movies, he does these so well. The first Conjuring is a horror masterpiece, the second Conjuring might be even scarier, and Malignant is one of the craziest movies I've seen in the last 5 years. I think everything James Wan does is a hit. I absolutely love this guy. At number 6, this one again, hot take incoming, Quentin Tarantino.
What an idiot!
My favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is Inglourious Basterds. Now, only reason he's at number 6, I love this guy. I have not seen all of his movies. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction, Hateful Eight, even a couple more than that. So I need to watch all of Quentin Tarantino's filmography, and I almost guarantee he'll probably jump up to the top 3 spot. But Tarantino's movies are batshit crazy. He always reverses history like he does with Inglourious Basterds. That's what I love about Quentin Tarantino so much. He doesn't give a damn about the barriers or the laws of filmmaking. He makes the exact movie he wants. He constantly changes everything. I need to watch all of his movies. He's at number 6. Breaking us into the top 5 is going to be the Russo Brothers. Now, Infinity War is one of my favorite movies of all time. Endgame's even up there as well. What they've done outside of the MCU is what I also really enjoy. I think Cherry is a very underrated movie, and more recently, The Gray Man, I think is one of the best action movies I've seen in the last couple years. I thought maybe outside of the MCU they wouldn't shine as brightly as they do, but for me, the Russo Brothers really work, and they've made 4 masterpieces inside the MCU. These guys are absolutely awesome. At number 4 is going to be Gavin OConnor. You might be asking yourself, who the hell is Gavin OConnor? He's directed the movie of Warrior, The Accountant, The Way Back with Ben Affleck, or you can go way back to the early 2000s in Miracle. Gavin OConnor to me is the best sports director of all time. From Warrior to Miracle to The Way Back, this guy has that sports eye. But then you can go to a movie like The Accountant. Ben Affleck stars in this movie also with Anna Kendrick, and this is a action-packed crazy movie. Also, John Bernthal's in it as well. Accountant's probably one of his most underrated movies. My favorite movie from Gavin OConnor is going to be Warrior. I've seen this movie an unhealthy amount of times. A lot of times in sport movies, the sport part is cheesy, but Gavin OConnor has that touch. He has that magic, and he hits me in the feels in every single movie. And you watch Miracle, there's no way you're not going to be inspired. There's no way you're not going to be jacked up. Gavin OConnor, in my opinion, is the most underrated director of all time. At number 3 is going to be Peter Jackson. My favorite movie from Peter Jackson is going to be The Return of the King. If you don't know who Peter Jackson is, the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Hobbit trilogy. This is what he's mostly known for, and these are some of my favorite movies of all time, and these are 2 of my favorite trilogies of all time. And Peter Jackson has made history as he filmed all 3 Lord of the Rings movies simultaneously, and Return of the King has won 11 Oscars. It is tied for Titanic for the most Oscar wins. Peter Jackson is a revolutionary filmmaker for the fantasy genre. The way he took these beloved Lord of the Rings books, the beloved telling of Tolkien, and brought them to life the way he did, unlike anything other. And a lot of people don't really like the Hobbit movies. I really do enjoy them. They are a little bit CGI heavy, but when you go back to that Lord of the Rings trilogy, no matter who you are, this is a top 5 trilogy, probably universally, of all time. The way they tell the story, the way they get you engaged with these characters, and the way they bring this fantasy to life is unlike anything I think we'll ever see again. Peter Jackson hasn't made movies that much anymore. It really breaks my heart. I really want this guy to come back, and hopefully he does. At number 2, Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie slept on. He always is, but every movie he delivers. My favorite movie from Guy Ritchie is going to be The Gentleman. This is actually a top 3 favorite movie of all time for me. If you go back to the 90s and you watch Snatch, that is a great little mobster movie as well. But then he's also done Aladdin, a Disney live action remake, and he's set on board to direct the upcoming Hercules live action remake as well. But The Gentleman, it's one of my favorite mobster gang movies of all time. And even more recently, his most recent movie in Wrath of Man, this movie just hits hard on the action. Guy Ritchie makes these fantastic movies. No one really talks about this guy as a top-notch filmmaker. I do. I love this guy. He's top 2. But at number 1 is going to be none other than Christopher Nolan. You might be saying, that's a basic choice. Christopher Nolan's one of the few directors and one of the few on this list where I've seen his entire filmography multiple times. I think Christopher Nolan's first movie, In Following, is an underrated masterpiece. I absolutely love this movie. It's actually like probably top 6 on my Nolan list. But the way he breaks boundaries and everything with every movie he does, especially Inception, which is my favorite Christopher Nolan movie of all time, is unlike anything we'll ever see again. Christopher Nolan breaks barriers, breaks boundaries. What I wasn't the biggest fan of his most recent movie, Tenet, the way he brings these movies to life is unlike anything we've ever seen. Oppenheimer next year is going to deliver. Every single time Christopher Nolan comes to screen, he brings it for the box office and he brings it for these movies. He's my favorite director of all time. Let me know your top 10 favorite directors down below in the comments section. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lots more videos coming. I'm excited for all of it. I'll see you guys in the next one.